If you are not ready to start, please have your bow person's hand in the air to keep your point. Please skull. Thank you. You are aligned.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the starting line for the second heat, the second final heat of the Men's Collegiate Varsity Invitational, known as the Copley Cup. In lane 1, we have Stanford. Lane 2, Brown, Northeastern, Michigan, UC Davis, and University of San Diego. We have an alignment.
Attention.
All hands are down.
Go.
And we have a start to the second heat. 3 to advance. 3 to advance to the final. Early leader in lane 2, we have Brown University has jumped out to 3 seats over Stanford, Northeastern. And then Michigan is 4 seats down at UC Davis and University of San Diego. All boats across the 100-meter mark. Brown at 46 strokes per minute is still in front over Northeastern. Northeastern is 3 seats over Stanford. Already settling is Michigan, UC Davis, San Diego. Across the 250-meter mark, we have Brown shifting down, Northeastern shifting down, settling into race pace. Stanford half a boat down on the early 2 leaders. They maintain 4 seats over Michigan, Davis, and San Diego. Great racing all the way across. All boats have overlap. Approaching the 500-meter mark. First across will be Northeastern. Northeastern is a seat and a half over Brown. Brown has a seat and a half over Stanford. Then we look outside to Michigan, 4 seats. Michigan, UC Davis, and University of San Diego. Those boats are battle royale, all even as they cross the 500-meter mark. Brown at 37 strokes per minute. Northeastern down at 36. Stanford at 36. They are starting to push out over Michigan, Davis, and University of San Diego. It will be at the 750-meter mark, a very close battle between 3 boats. That will be Brown University, Northeastern, and Stanford. They have broke contact over Michigan, University of California at Davis, and the University of San Diego. That is your call at the 750-meter mark.
Event number 8, the Men's Collegiate Varsity Invitational. This is the Copley Cup. 3 will move forward. And in lane number 1, Stanford University battling near the front in 3rd position. Lane number 2, Brown University got off to a tremendous start, certainly serving notice back that they are in the business here because they jumped off at 46 pulls per minute with they're in first place right now. Northeastern is in the 2nd spot. They got back up to the lead and then dropped it off as it went through 750 meters. University of Michigan, Cal Davis, and University of San Diego in lanes 4, 5, and 6 in that order at this point.
Yes, the most notable thing about this race, Alan, is that most of the crews in this race, this appears to be their first competitive hit out of the season. The only recorded race results we have is for the crew in lane 6, the University of San Diego. They've beaten UCLA so far this year, but lost to Orange Coast, Gonzaga, and their in-town rivals, UC San Diego. In lane 4, the University of Michigan are perennially the best performed club men's program in the country. So good, in fact, that they're capable of mixing it with the big boys in the Copley Cup at this event.
Well, we were impressed with the start of California in the first heat of this particular event. Now answering right back was Brown University, and they jumped off to the early lead. However, they relinquished it around 500 meters, but they've gotten it back, and it's Brown in lane number 2 is on the lead. They're being challenged on the outside by Northeastern, Stanford along the shoreline, and then we do have open water back to Michigan, UC Davis, and on the far outside, the University of San Diego putting on a mild challenge to move up into a position that would be ahead of UC Davis. However, currently it is Davis and then San Diego. This in lane number 2 is Brown University, certainly giving notice that they are not to be ignored in this particular Copley Cup event. On their outside shoulder, Northeastern is in second spot with Stanford along the shoreline, just kind of biding their time because they do have open water back to Michigan on their outside. Davis putting on a little bit of show of power as they've picked it up a little bit, and University of San Diego dropping back somewhat in the last 250 meters.
Yes, Alan, Stanford have really raised their rating, and they're trying to push back at the other two crews, but Brown look like they're controlling this race from the front. Northeastern look like they're trying to maintain their second spot, but Stanford are coming strong. They've decided that they want to race this, and Brown are at 36. But Stanford would be overrating them and pushing back at Northeastern in lane 3.
This is Brown in lane number 2, currently on the lead. They're being challenged on the outside by Northeastern, and then along the short line by Stanford University. We have open water back to Michigan. Michigan being challenged by UC Davis, and on the far outside, the University of San Diego. On the lead is Brown University. They have almost a boat length lead over the second place club, Northeastern, out there in lane 3. And then along the shoreline, this is Stanford University in that third position. These three apparently will be moving forward. Michigan is in lane number 4, and just for drill, UC Davis is making a little bit of a push on the outside, and then the University of San Diego. Our unofficial finish, Brown University followed by Northeastern and then Stanford. And there is kind of a rush there between Michigan and UC Davis on the finish line, and we'll check it very closely. It's going to be very tight. Just on the inside, Michigan just barely held off UC Davis on the outside. Admittedly, it was for a lower position, but what the heck, you got to have bragging rights somewhere along the line. So a nice challenge by UC Davis right at the finish line, but Michigan held them off. Once again, looking at the unofficial finish, it was Brown University followed by Northeastern, Stanford University, those three moving forward to the grand final Copley Cup. And trailing was Michigan, Davis, and the University of San Diego. Next up on our list this morning will be race number 9. It is the Women's Collegiate Varsity Invitation. This is their first heat today. It'll be the University of Virginia in lane number 1, Washington State in lane 2.